and it's presented by EA Sports. It's the Steelers and the Dolphins, and it's coming up next.
You ain't gonna burn me.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami Dolphins. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Here comes Jalen Waddle. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will set up shop red zone territory at the 13-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at... So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now Kaepernick. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Cameron Sutton showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together.
Kaepernick now to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Cameron Sutton in there again as he's able to pick up sacks on both 1st and 2nd down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. .39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Here's Raheem Mostert, the local product from right here in Florida. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play. Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. Running right through him. Yeah, and he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They're going for it. This is Harris. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there. Relied on the big guys up front and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 13 carries, 100 yards on the nose, and a score.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Harris. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get second opportunity. Nothing big happened, but then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Fournette on the counter, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here's Fuller with a catch. The 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. These 2 teams all tied after 1. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. This is Mostert. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think we have to give all the credit to the defense there. Very disciplined in their approach. Never allowed a cutback lane, which was exactly what he was looking for. They end up forcing him out of bounds for a loss.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. On the move to his left. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. The previous run good for 9. Here's second and a yard. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get into the end zone. That gives his guys an 8-point lead. So the signal caller doing it himself there on the 2-point try.
You got to like that. We always talk about the ball staying in the hands of the best players. But most of the time you want to get it to a back, pitch it to a wide receiver. In this case, the quarterback did it himself.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Here's a give to Fournette, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Kaepernick. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down is Kaepernick. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. On the jet sweep, here comes Fuller. Fights him off. And able to use a stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another 1st down. Into the red zone now. Kaepernick. And this is going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Kaepernick. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. There he goes left side. He's at the 30. 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
Forced out to his left. And he is into the end zone for 2 more as the lead moves up to 16. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Kaepernick now on first down. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. He's got Fuller. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Kaepernick to throw again. And he's going to go down. It's a sack on Kaepernick. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Out to it. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. He hits Adams complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
What was that, ref?
Now, wait a minute, they declined it. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the halftime break behind us, and we are back underway with the third quarter of action. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. Now, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
On the give, this is Harris. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 62 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. First down, and they go back to Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. A 9-yard pickup, just 1 yard away from 3 consecutive first down plays. On second down now. It's Harris. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Now Mostert off the read option. There he goes right side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? And he was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. Oh, nice move. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And that one results in 35 yards. Well, for a play that didn't look like much at the snap, that jet sweep turned into a big play in a hurry.
And how about how they ran the play? Because they obviously caught the defense out of position and not expecting that one, and that turned into a nice chunk of yardage. But how about the execution? On the handoff, most of the times we see on the jet sweep, they punch it forward so that if it falls to the ground, it's just an incomplete pass. Here, you got to execute it well, otherwise it's a fumble.
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. Fournette, a first down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Kaepernick. Able to shake him off. It's complete to Fuller. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He was able to get away initially on that play, but ultimately not much space to roam.
Great job there by them containing him because you mentioned he got away initially, and how many times does that end up with a guy taking off for 15 or 20 yards? Here, the support was there, and they made the tackle for a loss.
Going up top. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be, and now it's 4th down. Sanders' kick is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the one touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Looking deep for Adams. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive,
the Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Again, it's Fournette. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's Kaepernick to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. To throw, Kaepernick. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Cameron Hayward able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 41. They're going to look to throw. Dancing to his left. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown.
That's what I'm talking about.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
Now the Steelers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot. this team. Well, I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
So now here come the Dolphins.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Kaepernick now on first down. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. On first down, Kaepernick. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing now is Kaepernick. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Now Kaepernick again.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted.
It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a first and goal right at about the 6-yard line. Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Here's Mostert.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be third and goal. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Oh, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively, because to me, they look like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
And they're a perfect 5 for 5 now on 2-point conversions as he is in to get them 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now Colin Kaepernick and the offense heading back out onto the field. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, well, man, what do you need? What's going on here? There's always one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw, Kaepernick. He's going to let it fly.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Now the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter. And that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Harris. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 96 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On play action, they'll throw. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They run for it with Harris. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And that will write a finish to this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully